Caught in the Act returns with Cops and Robbers. Here's John Berman.
Yes, there's a stick-up.
The movies have seen their share of spectacular bank robberies.
I'm Miss Bonnie Parker, and this here's Mr. Clyde Barrow. We rob banks.
The romance robbery in Bonnie and Clyde. The habit heist in The Town.
All right, everybody, hands up, heads down.
The costume caper in The Dark Knight. But for all the flash of film, the crimes that really blow your mind, the ones that go straight to video. Real-life crime caught by surveillance cameras. Some have been favorites on morning television.
Move over, Thelma and Louise. Meet the teen bandits caught on tape robbing a bank armed with nothing more than designer sunglasses.
The woman they are calling the Bad Hair Bandit.
There's the elusive Geezer Bandit still on the lam.
He is armed.
Others pushing the limits of criminal imagination. That's not Mr. Clean or Kojak performing a holdup. It's a crook known as the Handsome Guy Bandit, sporting a Hollywood-style handsome guy mask worth more than $800. He's hit over 6 banks in North Texas since May and is still on the loose. In the video, you see a cool customer even interacting with others in line.
He's obviously seeing how far that's going to play out. It'll be interesting to see what brings him down.
There's no one better to break down a heist than John Nelson, a convicted bank robber. He lifted up to $60,000 in a crime spree that included 5 banks in 1990 before getting caught.
What's it like to rob a bank? What does that feel like to rob a bank?
Your heart is racing and you know you're doing something very, very wrong.
Which is why he finds the handsome guy's demeanor remarkable.
Obviously, he's calm. He's thinking about what he's doing. He's calculating. I think that he's got a cat and mouse game going with detectives and at the FBI, and I think that's part of his thrill.
But the costume?
He should be called the creepy guy because that's the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
John says you can't think of everything. Real crime is nothing like the movies.
And there are also contingencies and things that you don't think about that pop up, and it's not a script.
Take this terrifying holdup in Maryland earlier this year.
I got a view on the suspect. He's got one black handgun.
The perp robs a bank, but by the time he gets his money, he's surrounded by police. He takes a hostage in the parking lot.
Suspect with a hostage, my side, my side. And he's got a gun to her head.
As we see him, he's in full-blown panic mode. He isn't exactly thinking about what he's doing.
The die pack in the money bag goes off, a defense mechanism banks use to mark the bills. But it's not the die or the cops that get him, but ice. He slips. His hostage sprints to safety, and he is shot and killed. John knows he's lucky his life in crime did not end that way, though he says he never used violence, and credits his 4 years in prison with turning his life around. He became a successful writer, and now just shakes his head at crimes like this. This past February in Tianjin, China, a man walks into a bank, pulls out an axe, and just starts chopping at the bulletproof glass.
He's got his tools, and it's hammer time.
The tellers flee, and he keeps chopping. It seems to go on forever.
You want to meet this guy?
Not really. Not really. Unless I have some yard work, he's probably a pretty determined, certainly physically capable.
He finally makes a hole and tries to climb through. It's like a strange security glass birth scene. The police arrive, and he's stuck mid-delivery. Everyone seems frozen. He finally manages to climb all the way through and slip away. A tough moment for the cops, though. They did nab him 45 minutes later. But when it comes to embarrassing police moments, this takes the cake. Or you might say it was the thief who took the cake and ate it too. An Ohio robbery suspect, John Ford, is arrested and thrown on the hood of a car. The police empty his pockets. That white piece of paper that falls out, allegedly the note Ford used in the bank holdup. It could be key evidence. Until Ford eats it.
Now, this guy's expression and his luck are such that I couldn't resist not rooting for him. The police here let details slip right through their fingertips, literally.
He was still booked for multiple bank robberies. And that might be the key here. The most important moment in these bank robbery videos might be the sequel, the perp walk.
You the limping latex bandit, sir?
What's the feeling like of getting caught?
Really, really bad. Really bad.
You can see his shame in this picture moments after he was caught.
The perp walks that I've seen, when people are holding their head down, I couldn't get mine down far enough.
Next, TV personalities, don't bother putting this one on your demo reel.
Oh my God!
Because someone will put it on YouTube for you.
This is prime time television here, folks.
Oops. When we return.